We started our second part of our first lecture and continue from this information. Could you see the presentation? Please ask me or write in our chat plus if all is okay. Okay. Oh, yes, work chat work. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, just send the information. Okay, good. Thank you, Ola. Okay, we discussed the historical periods in our logistics systems, yes, about supply and change. The main periods was is a special year. It is 1980. It was a year when the people write some special preparing documents. It was important rules by work in delivery systems by railway transport and another documents by car transport. It's important things for logistics. So, a change in the practice of stage regulation took place in 1980. We need to remember this year. In the United States, a radical reform of the economic and political infrastructure of the transport system was carried out, which began with adaptation the Motor Carrier Regulation Reform and Modernization Act. In different types of books, you could see it in shorter forms as MCA 18. You could see it on our slide. It was first, maybe act, we could see it as act, and the second, it was Staggers Rail Act. So MCA 18, it's for car transport, and Staggers Rail Act, it's for railway transport. Staggers, it's the surname of one of political person. So, subsequently, this led to the easing of restrictions and applied of the procedures for the provision of services and pricing in public and contract commercial cargo transportation. So, similar deregulation measures have been adopted in any other country of the world. So, it's a good. It was writing in United States, but these types of documents was prepared in handwriting, maybe in another adaptation systems for their transport systems, yes, in other countries. So it was the first point of this all activities, which about was this act was about. Less activity, less activity of some countries in work transport systems. So transport system in every country start to be more independent, and this transport, different types of transport could to prepare their documents, more independent documents, and prepare different tariff systems and use real trade economics in their activity. So it was very good and works for now period. So it's a really important period of time for logistics and supply and change. The next position it is microprocessor technologies, which have been widely used since the late 1980s. Near this period, because in different countries it was near different years, if we say about some points. Have also had a very profound impact on the development of integrated logistics. Computer resources allow you to manage all logistics operations, supply productions, distribution of finished products as a single process. So, new information technologies that provide faster, accurate, and unlimited exchange of information have opened a new area in logistics, the era of real-time work. No, because we could use it. Yes, we could use internet, we could use some programs, and we could work in real time work. In real time. This created the basic for the development of new strategies that can bring logistics to a completely different, hit an unanswerably level of efficiency. Examples are the just-in-time logistics strategy. So we could work in just-in-time systems when we could react it on different activity of market. The repeat response strategy, the continuous replenishing strategy, the automatic replenishment strategy, etc., and other type of these activities. One of the most important factors that determine the nature and pace of transformation in logistics was the widespread use of industry quality management systems. During the period of economic growth and prosperity that followed the end of World War II, most industrialized countries forgot for a while the basic principle: do the rich things the first time. Yes, it's important principles, and in transport system we couldn't to give our service only one things we could to give our services, because we already give it and we couldn't to reusing here, yes, or something healthy if it's in manufacturing. So it's really about transport. However, the inefficiency of global competition forced them to seriously turn off the problem of quality and the benefits that it promises. The idea of zero defects is popular now. In manufactured products and services took root very quickly in logistics. And now we could find the information that with zero warehouses is the best type of work. When we, for example, sell a picture in our catalog information, yes, and after buying, we could to preparing some products. So it's the real popular position in market now. So it's maybe it's good because we save some money and use the really neat and really interesting things for our activity. So companies began to realize that in any case, an excellent product delivered late or damaged is not needed by anyone. So it's such a position. And about one of our points, the 18th, we think about 1918th years, saw a period when the idea of partnerships and strategic alliances became widely popular, which had a beneficial effect on the practice of logistics. Because before this period, wasn't so popular because some companies think that it's concurrent positions and we need to independent our activities. But after this period, people understand that when we could to develop some relationships between different type of transport, different type of companies, it will be better for us. So and try to start it. After many decades during which business relations were built mainly on power negotiations between the opposite parties, managers finally realized how powerful the potential of interaction is. So it's really worked, and now we understand that it is a good idea. That's the 15 years period from 1980 to 1995. It was marked by the heyday of logistics. Noticeated shifts of the system of state regulation of business, the general availability of cheap computer equipment, the revolution in information technologies, mass innovations in the struggle for quality, the widespread spread of units and different type of associations, all their factors changed together forced a new look at almost every link of logistics. So, however, the informatization, including transport infrastructure, we think about it, that we think about transport infrastructure to a greater extent concern only the states of the triad. North America, Europe, and other Pacific region, and didn't actually affect other countries, including Ukraine. So it's really started to realize logistic systems on this period of time. Okay, it was our first questions. We discussed about such historical period for our logistics, and now we could to discuss our second questions on today. It is general concepts of logistics. Maybe you have some questions about our first questions of lecture. You could ask it about turn on your microphone or in chat. Please, if you have some questions, or maybe you remember some information and want to ask for everyone now, maybe some interesting period or example from other companies. We, of course, discuss it in our practical lessons on this week, but maybe now. Okay. Okay, if any questions, so we could discuss our second part. Okay. Our second part it is about general concepts of logistics. So it is already not only about some historical information, it is about supply chain and the logistics in the main thinking. So, commercial logistics encompassed all activities designed to move products and information between participants in the logistic chain. A logistic chain of supply chain. So sometimes you could find the information that it is supply chain. Sometimes you could find that it is logistic chain. So it's the same. It is very often the same opportunity. Is a single structure within which a business enterprise joins forces with its suppliers to efficiently deliver goods, services, and information to end customers. Logistics is a unique field of activity. There are never stops here. Logistics is engaged everywhere in the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so for 52 weeks in a year. So yes, because it is works every moment, yes, during the year. The purpose of logistics is to ensure that products and services are received where there are needs, when they are needs. So it's really works so. If we see this picture, we could remember from our first question, so this lecture, that logistics, it is about warehouses, it is about delivery, different types of transport. It is about informational technology, when we could use some computer programs, products for our tracks, delivery, and other systems. So logistics, it is types, contains different types of activities into a single process. It could be informational exchange, it could be transportation, inventory management, warehousing, cargo handling, packaging, and other. So it's the main activities. The operational task of logistics is to organize such a geographical location of sources of raw materials, work in progress, stocked of finished products which would meet the needs for them and at the same time would be associated with the minimum possible cost. So we could remember about it that It is minimum possible cost we could use for our systems. So, introduction of logistics. It's the main points. Yes, if we discuss in our first part of lecture, we could discuss now that introduction to logistics. Logistics in the management is the management of the flow of goods. We discussed already it, so flow of goods, services, and information from the points of original to the final destinations. So it's sometimes it is the same information about it, yes, and we already discussed. If we say about key components of logistics, we could to see some points. It is procurement logistics. It is involves sourcing and acquiring raw materials, negotiation suppliers contracts, and managing relationships with vendors to ensure timely and cost-effective procurement. So it could be a production logistics. It's focused on managing the internal movement of resource during the manufacturing process. It included scheduling, material handling, and storage to optimize production efficiency. So it's different type of activity. It could be distribution logistics, ensuring efficient transportation, warehousing, delivery of goods to customer, relationers or distributors, minimization transit time and costs. It could be reverse logistics when we say about handles, returns, recycling, refusement, and disposal of products. Each plays a crucial role in sustainability and cost recovery. And supply chain management as the special questions of our discussion and our subject is coordinated all logistics activities across different stakeholders, including suppliers, manufacturers, and retailers to optimize the entire supply chain with efficiency and reliability. So it's real different types of these positions. So types of logistics, we could see that we have inbound logistics. For example, it is manage the moment of material and supplies from suppliers to companies, products, facilities, or warehouses, focusing on timely procurement and inventory control. It could be outbound logistics when we involve the distribution of finished goods from production facilities to retailers, wholesalers, or direct customers, ensuring prompt and efficient delivery. Also, we know such technology as 3PL or 4PL. Sometimes it could be 5PL, but it is not very popular in Ukraine. What does it mean? Third-party logistics. Third-party logistics, it as 3PL. You could find in some resource, internet resource or books. For example, it is refers to outsourcing logistics services such as transportation, warehousing, and distribution to specialized companies helping business reduce cost and improvement activities. So three types of activities you could see now that it is about transportation, warehousing, and distribution. If we say about 4PL, it is fourth party logistics, it is taker logistics outsourcing a step further by providing strategic management of the entire supply chain. Integration multiplied 3PL providers for seamless operations. So when we add some seamless operation to our 3PL provider. So it's very popular now in logistics and supply chain. The next point, it is about importance of logistics. We could see that it is enhanced operation efficiency, reduce cost, improvement customers satisfactions, and other positions. So we could to see it on our slide. If we say about modern trends in logistics, we discussed it already, some positions, but now it's from our second question's positions. It is automatization and AI. Yes, of course, we discussed this already. It's blockchain technology. It's already not new, not modern, but we used it already, and in Ukraine also. It is about sustainability and green logistics and eco-friendly type of transport and e-commerce influence. So we already know this information and we already used it. It is some challenges in logistics. Yes, we could see this information more. It is supply chain disruptions. It is geopolitical tensions, pandemics, and nature disaster can cause significant delays and shortages. It is rise in food and transportation costs. Of course, yes, we think about it and we decided and find the best effect which we could find. It is cybersecurity risks. Yes, it's really, and now it is very important. As logistics become more digital, companies face increased risk of cyber threats and data breaches. It is infrastructure limitations because we already discussed it that in different territory we couldn't have a big network of transport. And as conclusions for these questions, we could say that logistics plays a fundamental role in modern economies, supporting businesses and ensuring efficient distribution of goods and services. By adopting technological advancements and suitable practice, logistics continues to evolve to meet global challenges. And companies that invest and advanced logistics solution gains competitive advantage in today's fast-paced market because it's really developed very fast, and we need to discuss it, how it works, and find this information. So, in conclusions, by all our equations today, these two questions for our elections, I want to say that management touch on the day-to-day operations of companies and in coordination between them. It's about supply and chain and about logistics. Logistic operations are designed to ensure the movement of strategic commodity flows and their support. To fulfill this general purpose, it is necessary to focus efforts on the integration, on physical distribution, material and technical support of production and supply of resources into a single logistics process, which allow exhibitions and more effective management of the movement of material flows between production supplies and customers. So it's really important things and really good idea for development in our everyday activities. So we really need to think about it and to learn some information, some example from other countries, because sometimes we could adapt it to Ukrainian logistics system as example, yes, and could use it in our everyday activity. So in our presentation, you can find here, to share this presentation in our Moodle courses, so you could find it, and it is some questions for discussions. I think we discussing these questions in our practical lessons, yes, and good to remember our lecture materials and discuss with you. And later it is some variants answers, yes, some ideas for thinking of you. I think we leave these slides for our practical lessons. So, of course, I think it will be more better. It's by our first and by second questions. So now we couldn't to stop on this. So it is all materials for our first lecture today. So thank you for your attention. Of course, yes, this information about lecture, so I could you could find this information in our Moodle courses. So it's for our presentation only. I save records of these lessons and to collect it in my channel on YouTube. And for students who couldn't see it today and listen this information, so could see it later and listen it later, and now this information. And in my Instagram, I collect an actual trending window. Yes, this share this link to YouTube channel, and you got to see it later. Okay, I stop sharing my presentation and stopped our records.